Never go to France. It was nice once, but now it's covered in the bum sneezes of a giant monster that lives in the clouds and hates everything that's beautiful. But I digress. This is Expedition 33, and it's one of the best games I've played this year, but I was probably much more hyperbolic in the title of this video. If this has upset you, you can subscribe to Krusty and the Moon Wizard. That'll really show me. A man in a suit with a metal hand looks at flowers as a tiny little grasshopper plays fancy music from somewhere just to torment him, but he pretends to ignore it. Then a really rubbish mime appears and berates the man who is me for not being where I was supposed to be. But they can shut up because I was throwing rocks into the water because I hate fish. I can do what I want. I'm Batman. I gaze upon the glowing number 34 in the distance. It was pulsating with foreboding, sinister energy. I turn around and pick up a flower for Sophie, but who the duck is Sophie? Be patient, we will find out. I try to follow the mime, but she has legs like Sonic the Hedgehog spent the night slamming his face into a table with white dust on it. I lick my legs up until they get excited and run after her, rushing across rooftops and doing weird teleport poofs. I catch up to the mime and she wants to duel me, so I be less tense when I meet Sophie. I accept and hit her with my sword and throw lightning at her violently, which means I won, but she was fine. I sneak up to Sophie, who has a hat. I'll give her the flower I smuggled in my smuggle pocket and try not to play join the dots on her shirt with my wandering fingers. This is very awkward. We're both like, damn, it sucks our relationship couldn't work for reasons. I say I need to break the cycle so she can't steal anyone else's future, which was an interesting line to hook me in further. I was getting hooked already. Are you? Why? Tell me why. I can control Sophie now too, which is nice because she has a hat. There are bloody flowers everywhere though. What's the deal with that? If I was allergic, I would be all pissy-wissy. People in the city keep mentioning the flowers Sophie is wearing too, all sad face, but why? Damn it, tell me why. Patience, please be patient. I speak to some kids who glue their faces to tree bark and got the toilet brush hair. I don't understand what these kids are into these days, but I hope they're washing their hands.
I'm training every day by beating up my little brother.
The bigger kid says he's training to go on expeditions by beating up his little brother every day. And Sophie is like, oh yeah, that's really sweet. Poor little f***er has the brain damage and this sad flower woman is all about the enabling. People talk words and say things like the paintress will awaken soon and the gommage will start. What? Gustav does a little excited wee-wee dance because he thought nobody would see, but we did. We all did. Some kids give me a jacket which I put on and sad piano happens. Gustav and Sophie hold hands, which is what I've heard people do when they like each other or when one person likes the other one and can't let go. They watch silently and emotionally as the world gets darker and the glowing number 34 approaches with an insidious aura that steals the breath of everyone looking on. The color fades out of existence. A large woman stands up and erases the number and replaces it with a 33. The number on Gustav's arm. Then Sophie cries and people turn into flower petals and just kinda die. Listen to this sad music. Very emotion. Who would stop Thanos this time?
I'm here.
Sophie is stolen before Gustav's eyes, as he breaks down in tears and does a little cry, powerless to stop what he feared to be inevitable. What in the flop bananas was with that big woman in the ocean, and was this because I threw that rock at that fish? Now I know the floor was actually littered with the remains of the dead, the flowers don't seem so pretty and it starts to smell a bit worse. Some people with drinks appear to try and cheer me up, but I'm sad, so f*** off. I speak to that mime girl by the docks and learn more about what's going on with a clever thing called hints. She says I'm basically the oldest guy around now, and I say that she shouldn't be joining the expedition because she still has a few years left. And then we start fighting and I shoot her in the face, but she basically wipes the floor with me because I suck. Then I speak to my sister, Emma. who says the expedition is a fool's errand and that I should stay and enjoy my final days alive. But what I was getting is that every year that big paintress bitch in the ocean comes along and counts down and kills the oldest age group. She'll be doing this until humanity is extinct. What a shit crumble. But holy moly guacamole, I was in total adoration with the premise of this game. Krusty loves himself some dark sci-fi shit. Emma gives a speech to all the expeditioners.
As you sail into the unknown, know that Lumiere stands with you.
It was pretty good. Off we pop on a big boat towards our near certain demise. The air filled with nothing but an eerie calm and the sound of seagulls doing a bonk bonk. We cautiously step foot onto a new land, dark and unknown. A clear feeling of uneasiness accompanying the mystery of our immediate future. A man emerges from the mist and shadow. Taking his sweet f***ing time. We all prepare to fight but are shocked because he's old as shit.
You're old.
At least 27.
How did you survive the Gommage? Which expedition are you from?
Do not ask old people questions. They ride buses and strangle ducks in the morning. They're not to be reasoned with and will murder a mother fluffer with a sudden yellow pain beam of ouch. This guy messed up the whole beach, making man blood appear everywhere and scaring the heck out of some crabs. We try to escape and hide, but there was more than one danger here. There was evil in the fog that permits no smiles. Then I see one. A big bastard with hand face and a glow tongue. A man heroically saves my life, sacrificing himself in the process. What an idiot. I was terrified and freeze in my little bootsies in front of the next creature. Unable to run or scrape any way of victory, it tickles me with the spark of no-no. Game over. No, not really. Don't be silly. I wake up covered in blood with a cough and an angry heart. Where was I? It was green. The sun was prancing confidently in the sky, and leaves blew calmly across the ground. Words are said about stuff, and I press buttons until my dirty goes away and I look all nice again, like soap do. I continue forward until some tree with a Zelda fairy comes at me. I shoot its fairy off and destroy it without taking any damage, which shocks me as up until this point I have been not that great. I find blood on the ground, and I don't lick. I follow it into a graveyard overflowing with the defeated remains of previous expeditions, which does not give me good confidence or the nice feeling like a bagel would. I enter a cave and find more dead. Their faces are odd and there's a goo tree. I sit down for a rest and a snooze because corpses make me sleepy. I magic a boom boom stick into my hands and aim it at me head. Maybe this is the best choice that I have.
You do that, we both die.
A woman called Loon appears and stops me before I blow my head up.
We're the only ones left. You don't get to die.
This Loon woman was very proactive, and I'm just such a misery bones when I'm surrounded by hundreds of corpses. Dead people are so boring. A big beast appears and we do a fight. I can also control Loon now, which is fantastic because she fears shoes and has the magic smell. I shoot the stupid fairy, then use Loon to throw ice, which is super effective and slows the big bastard down. Then we finish the job with stabbing and fire. I climb the hill of people that aren't alive for fun, and oh my crackers and cheese, Loon can float. Gosh, she's just the best, and I like her better. I find a flag outside that lets me rest and level up. I make Gustav a bit stronger and tougher and decide I want Loon to be speedier. This would mean she could attack more often, which would be nice. I wish I could float too and not care about shoes. I kill more robot trees and get a new sword for Gustav. I kill more stuff and start to get better at timing my dodges and parries. I level up a couple more times and learn some new skills like healing and hamster juggling, or did I make that up? We see some flares shoot high up into the sky, which either meant other survivors or the mean old man was doing the worm shuffle and shooting dragon spit out of his bare bum. We rush to find the source just in time to see a man die in a way beyond the cuddles by a Yeah, a big thing. We fight it and do a womp on it, but it does a womp on us too. Gustav goes down before too long, but I revive him with the power of a potion that revives. We keep fighting and I get pretty good at the parries because I really am a natural talent. And then the giant monster gets all scared of my big muscles and summons help. But I kill them too, because they're beneath me. And nothing will stop me except bullets and sudden nut allergies. We unload a furious assault, dealing massive blows like lightning which breaks it emotionally and dodging his anger flips. We were unstoppable until we were stopped and it killed us. Then I do it again, but better this time. I win. Loon says we should hurry out of there and that we'll be safe in a tree, but she has never seen a bear. We find a message.
Took Mile to the weird corals. Head north. Look for a door inside a hut.
Claire.
Something about a hut or a cabin up north that we should go and find because Santa needs to pay for his crimes. What kind of kid wants a marching soldier toy in this economy? Santa, you bitch. The two heroes have an oopsie conversation, but Gustav is determined to find his mime daughter because emotion and love. They stop to camp for the night and have another loud lip flapping where Gustav says,
No, we have a mission.
Oh, the mission!
and more angry anger emotion roar, but then suddenly they smile again and it's all gravy, baby. In the morning I run around very small like those toys you used to play with as a kid before you got all boring and grew up. Not me though. I'm always in the bushes playing with my toys and pretending to be a dinosaur. I have scared people. I entered a place called Flying Waters, which made so much sense because the water was flying and there was a bloody huge whale with no speeding tickets. Inside we found more expedition people who didn't want to life because it was Paris Fashion Week and the combatants were ridiculous. I mean, this one lady looked like she wrapped herself in bumpy wallpaper and tried unberthing herself up the squidge bridge of a dying orangutan. But fear not, they're dead now, save the orangutans. Further on, I ran into a big minefield and the game just kept making me fall in love. Not because I get the stiffies for explosive devices, but because it was just so beautiful and I'm a very soulful man. Every new step was like another wade through the brain garden of a brilliant artist who sniffed his farts so hard he saw purple. I got attacked by these cute little guys holding mines like balloons at a kid's birthday party. And much like the kid's birthday party, I shot the balloons and then shot them and it was all over before anybody could spit on the cake. It was a Nerf gun and they deserved it.
Over there. A hut.
Slow down. We don't know what's inside yet.
We opened the door of the hut and got abducted by Glow as some shadowy figure watched on in shadow. We reappeared in a big manor, which was odd, but we had a little sleep and leveled up a bit. I got some neat sounding new spells I was excited to try out because I enjoy burning things. I ran around on a table with my bare and dirty feet because there must be no manners in a manor. That's a rule, definitely, absolutely.
Mael?
Upstairs we found the mime girl, Mael, with the filth face. There was hugging and emotion and apologies and more emotion. It was really very sweet, but then, oh my moon wizard, what the marshmallow is that?
He's been helping me a lot. He reinforced all my pictos.
This evil looking bastard had the smell of burning and a face like f***ed porridge, but he was chill, I guess. I could also control Mael now, which is a name I will probably pronounce differently each time I say it. And if this upsets you, then leave a comment calling me a very silly dum-dum. I tried to leave out the front door, but Big Necro Daddy was blocking the exit.
Again. We just trained earlier.
Apparently he wanted Mael to train some more, so we all jumped over his skipping rope and put a whomping on him. Don't test me, porridge boy. It's Paris Fashion Week.
You could come with us if you like.
Oh great, now I'm never sleeping. Outside, a boom happened and a tiny little toilet brush leapt out and made noises like... And... The little guy was a gestural merchant. which meant he strangles flamingos and does inappropriate humping in the library. Or he just trades stuff, what do I know? He mocked us and said we'll never cross the sea to find the paintress, which meant there was another sea, what the heck? I was so sick of the fish. I f***ing hate the fish. He mentioned something about a village and red trees, so I guess we'll go there next. Or I could defeat the little man in a duel to gain access to a secret inventory, which sounded too intriguing not to attempt. This would be easy, like flicking a toddler over the sun. Shit. Now he was the size of a really big goose and much more intimidating. I didn't know what to do, so I just shot him in the willy jungle and started the process of womp. He hit me with his big face a few times, but one counter was all I really needed to dance with my greatest partner. Confidence. I drowned him in lightning and fury and won the duel. My prize was an exposing attack, which was now available to buy. And by exposing attack, it means these numbers. Not getting all naked and hanging upside down off a tree in the park and hissing at the old women like a naughty sex cobra. I snuck up on some big mother father and we did another battle where I learned how bloody powerful my Ellie could be. The journey was getting more and more dangerous and the enemies were getting bigger and bigger. I picked up a flower which really wee-weed this mammoth boy. He was big, but he was slow. It was easy to avoid his attacks. This upset him so much he grew flowers that gave him armor like all flowers do, but it meant nothing to me because I dodged well. I dodged well and I finally countered the ultimate counter which butchered his stupid fat belly and slapped his brain to sleep.
It seems peaceful, as long as we don't touch the flowers.
F that, let's shoot it.
Gustav, we won't understand what's going on if we kill everything that moves.
Creepy porridge man waited for us under a tree. He gave me the growls and upgraded my weapons and stuff. He was the Santa that should have been. But it was probably best he never was, as kids cry enough already.
Who did?
I creep into a clearing with somebody's feet that look like my own, but you can never really be sure. An alarm goes woo-woo, which means I probably stole them from the shop. Another gestural appears looking for a nap in the dirt, and I obliged with fire. It hated being burned alive, so I just kept doing that a lot until it sort of fell onto us, which hurt. But we still won, so shut up. Mael was a kind girl to these creatures, which was good because I really wanted to kick it into a shed. She got it to show us to the village, which was very exciting, but then we got f***ed up by a mime and died, and that's just life, I guess. Oh boy, if you like this video, you might like this one. It's Monster Hunter. It's like weird. It's so weird. It's really weird. You should watch it. You'll like it. Did you like weird? Probably. You're here. Watch this video next and leave a like on this one. Moon Wizard bless you. Goodbye.